Hey guys, this is Jason from the Alliance Project. Just going to go ahead and show you some clips I went ahead and verified. I'd like you to check out their channel if you would. I like to go over and review anything that I find that correlates with real information and not disinformation. Handed this over to a few experts in the field of photography, lens flares, infrared imaging, night vision type ideas, basically. People that specialize in certain specific cameras and the lightings you would need for security purposes and the bleeding that occurs from that, those images and so on. Went ahead and correlated this all with Google Earth, Stellarium, Worldwide Telescope, I believe, and a simulation that shows the daytime sky with the magnitude of the stars. And what we're going to do here is just kind of go over and let you watch the video, but I wanted to show you guys that this, in my opinion, and the three experts that I spoke to, this is completely 100% real, not faked, not a lens flare, not anything else. During the morning hours and late evening, anywhere that there's a security camera or a camera like this, it's operating in the infrared range. That's why when you're watching cameras and they change the lights turn off and everything kind of goes to a greenish tint sometimes, things like that. It's the camera's actually picking up an infrared and seeing outside of the normal light spectrum, visible light. So you can see it rise behind the mountains here. Now we have this all, this is between like 9:16 and 9:30, the date. So that actually correlates with my work of this orbital path, since we'll be in about the same place next year when I believe that we'll all be able to see it as the sign in the sky mentioned in Revelation chapter 12. Showing the time marker for the encryption there for the days and the counts and the numbers that they give us. So you see the reflection on the water. That's a huge part. But right there you can, this is really good. You can actually see it start to reflect off the water. And now there's going to be a part here in a couple minutes from another capture that where the clouds move in front of it. All right, we can see it rise behind the mountain. We can see the clouds move in front of it and everything. And actually, after we can't see it, once our sun, whatever's going on in the atmosphere with what they're spraying, and once it actually disappears, you can actually see the residual infrared light reflecting off the ocean. And see right there. So you can't make that up. You can't. That's just what the cameras do. They pick up more than what our eyes would see. Okay, and it's important to notice that it's moving right to left here. As I said, the easy way to tell anybody is faking or it's a lens flare, it's going to move left to right most of the time. And that's one easy way to see. If it's moving right to left, it is a good surefire notice that you might have something there. Okay, so I also correlated this with some Soho images at the same time. And the Soho, which I'll get to in a moment, actually shows that there's a big object, looks like a cross, that familiar thing that we've been calling the Nibiru system, appears from behind the sun or in front of the sun, however you want to look at it from the satellite's perspective. But long story short, you can see it reflecting there on the water. And there, as it disappears, blam, you can still see it on the water. So I believe this is an atmospheric effect, just as we don't see the stars in the day. Same aspect, since it's a brown dwarf, actually reflecting light from our sun. things like that, where the cameras are seeing something that would be hard to see with the naked eye. Now the planets and the moons, that's different. They can reflect the light back to us, and we could actually see them a little bit easier with the naked eye, which brings me to ISS. I've seen multiple footage on ISS now, checked the angle of light where you should have shadows cast and all this. I've actually done it with compasses and things like that to match the shadow and the bending of light. And you see some crescent-shaped objects, just like a crescent moon type thing and half moon. When you correlate where it is in the sky with the time and the place that it is, basically, long story short, you can see that whatever they're talking about there is not that. So what I'm going to do is bring you over to, I believe, one of the quickest way for me to do this.
How can we really improve healthcare?
Is go to BP Earthwatch.
Open walk-in clinics in
I believe he
places.
BP Atch. All right, we'll go to BP Earthwatch. But he had a video that will make it easier than me pulling up these Soho images, which I've actually done. The recording didn't turn out as well as I'd like, so we're going to go ahead and go over it. I believe it's just back a couple days. Let's see what I'm doing here. Okay. So you guys correlate this. We've seen the 923, the 930 footage, things like that. So I wanted to show you here. Sorry about this. Got a lot when I have these apps running like this. It high level of processing for my computer. So yeah, as you see, this right here is the reticule. I know Rex at the Elite Project and a couple other people always see this thing and wonder what it is, but that's actually basically, as I've told you, to hold a spoon up to the sun, so the sun doesn't, you can see if it's a reflection or a refraction or those type of things. It's the same idea. So what's going on is they have a reticule, little spoon essentially, that comes out and covers the sun so it doesn't damage the camera or cause bleeding, because if not, we would just see a big bright white light. That line right there is bleeding. But I've correlated this. I cannot see what planet that would be in our known solar system. I couldn't do it. Maybe I'm wrong, but could not correlate. Could not correlate at all this with any known planets. If you guys want to help me out, go ahead. But the date, the time, and a couple other things all lined up. Also, we had an asteroid come through this time, which would be another sign that it's pushing the electromagnetic field is close enough to us to actually push debris at us. Just as magnets pull and drag things behind it, they will push it out in front of it. If you take magnets of opposite polarity and do that, they will push against each other. Same idea. So, yeah, there's also an Illuminati card that goes with this. Let me see if I can bring that up as well for you. I thought this was interesting. Okay, so I found it here. Says, space bikers from hell coming from Orion on their interstellar choppers. Their bad vibes alone have already started tilting the Earth off its axis. What does that mean? Bad vibrations. Okay. Play this card at any time except during attack. Pick 2 hidden plots randomly from a rival's hand. He must discard them. If you see the sun symbolism there, there's one sun, another sun behind it. It almost looks like the black cult of Saturn, the black sun worship. You can go back to that, look into it. But as I said, the Nibiru, as I've told you historically was the name came from the Ibi and the Uru tribes, the bird and the dragon. Literally meant the marriage of two families coming together, the merging of people. Okay. One of them, the Dracos, they came from Orion. Okay. So once you realize this, what's going on, and you kind of realize the culture and the occult symbolism there's a lot more deeper hidden truths to all this than people would like to let on. I've gotten about, I'd say, 3 astronomers that I can trust and rely on that are sending me images from different parts of the globe. 2 of them are in Chile. Received images of what they say is the Nemesis system. So I'll be uploading those later for you and letting you guys take your call on it. But one of the ones I've been communicating with has just recently emailed me from a new email telling me that they've been compromised. They actually said they had some identity fraud cases where money came missing out of their bank accounts and stuff like that, where they had to go through with some trouble of getting the bank to restore their money, as they weren't the ones that spent it. And apparently also had some social media and email attacks, I guess you could say, where he feels like he's been compromised. Just really strange, a lot of the stuff that's been going on. There's some information I been asked to release, but I want to look into it more because I'm devoted to giving you guys the truth, and I do not want to ever really promote something that I feel is a fraud. But heads up for this month, guys. I want you to be paying attention. We had our interest hikes about 8 days ago, and I'm sure there's a lot of insider trading going on right now. I'd really like you guys to look into what's called the IMF, International Monetary Fund. I believe that they're going to push this and destroy all our fiat currencies, kind of put our money in a breadbasket, so to speak, where it's all has like a transfer rate within whoever's in that superpower. And then they're going to call it International Monetary Funds. I believe that is coming very soon, if not within the next couple months. And if we're right, I don't see how they could really give us internet access much longer. I feel like there's going to be some kind of censorship or problem. Something is going to be happening within the internet within the next, I'd say 6 months, at least by April. I can't see how they could keep this going unless there is something going on that we're not told about that could avert it, or censorship-wise. I just feel like everybody should be prepared, kind of keep their eyes open, and maybe read some of these ancient texts and books and things that these people were desperately trying to keep out of our hands, and these ancient people were desperately trying to tell us. Stay safe, and hope you guys enjoyed.